We have launched more rockets in a single year than any other company in history. The Soviet Soyuz, which I believe launched a little over 60 times in a year, was the next best, and we launched 96. Thus, SpaceX is the only family of orbital-class rockets to have launched more than 63 times annually, and we increased our output by 50%. Furthermore, Heavy broke the Saturn V record for heavy lift trucks. We surpassed the Saturn V records last year with 5 launches, I believe. I believe that both the long-term survival of humanity and an interesting future are critical for SpaceX. It is my belief that we need to evolve into a multi-planet species and a spacefaring civilization. Elon Musk recently gave a speech explaining SpaceX's mission, and it sounded like something from a science fiction book. Musk is considering not just the present, but also the future of mankind as a whole. His discussion about becoming a multiplanetary species is, when you give it some serious thought, not only interesting, but revolutionary. It suggests that our species may be able to spread beyond Earth. Musk is actually attempting to make spaceflight a reality rather than just daydreaming about it. It is difficult to grasp the magnitude of the human achievement that would be involved in not only visiting, but also permanently residing on other planets. Subsequently, there comes this serious contemplation regarding the development and vulnerability of human society. Consider it. In the vast scheme of the cosmos, our existence is a mere blip on the timeline. It does, doesn't it, put things into perspective? It serves as a reminder of how fleeting life truly is. This is about survival, not simply exploration. It's about making sure that despite unfathomable obstacles, human consciousness, civilization, accomplishments, and fundamental essence have a fighting shot to survive. Let's now concentrate on something genuinely remarkable. A starship is a unique object. A fully and quickly reusable rocket is the holy grail, the key innovation required to enable life multiplanetary and to propel humanity into a spacefaring civilization. With Falcon 9, we've gotten the most of the way there. The accomplishments of SpaceX and the difficulties they have encountered. After hearing Elon Musk discuss the company, it is evident that history is being made. Not only is Musk's goal of creating totally reusable rockets bold, but it's also revolutionary. He said that creating a fully reusable orbital rocket is incredibly unlikely given current scientific understanding of physics. The scope of what SpaceX is attempting to do is summed up in this sentence alone. It's about reinventing what's possible in aeronautical technology, not just about pushing the envelope. Furthermore, there is the difference with conventional aerospace firms. It's as if SpaceX is in an entirely different league, not simply a different game. SpaceX has been hard at work creating new regulations for space travel, while others have been restricted to traditional means. There is a clear disparity in strategy. It's about accomplishing things that were previously thought to be impossible, not merely about doing things better. The obstacles they've surmounted and the restrictions they've shattered suggest that space travel may one day become as commonplace as plane travel. Is that something you can envision? A time where space travel is a common occurrence. Though it sounds like something from a science fiction book, Musk and SpaceX are making it seem more and more plausible. The purchase of Twitter by Elon Musk and his outlook for the company's future. If I seem a little slower than usual, it's because I didn't get much sleep on a red-eyed flight. Thus, the work I'm doing will have a significant impact on the future. You know, I believe it's reasonable to argue that Tesla has greatly sped up the adoption of sustainable energy. It's true that no one was producing electric cars before to Tesla, but now that it has, I believe practically every significant firm in the world is producing electric automobiles. Elon Musk just spoke to us about his amazing work ethic and how Tesla has had a big impact on renewable energy. It really is astounding, isn't it? The man almost seems to breathe and live his art. It's a purpose for him, not just a job. I mean, he's 51, and he works 16-hour days, 7 days a week. You don't hear about things like that very often. Let's now discuss how Tesla has impacted the car industry as a whole. Electric vehicles were essentially only a theory before to Tesla, and you would have thought they would be invented decades from now. But observe our current location. Nearly all of the big automakers are making investments in electric vehicle technologies. It's as if Tesla set the industry on fire, forcing them to turn to renewable energy sources. Musk's concept is also intriguing in this situation. It's about transforming the world and moving toward a sustainable energy economy, not just about turning a profit or dominating the market. That surpasses the scope of any one business or person. From that angle, Musk becomes more than just a CEO or an entrepreneur. Rather, he is a visionary who understands the broad picture and puts in great effort to see it through to completion. However, I believe that Musk's degree of dedication and personal interest in his work is what really sticks out to me. It goes beyond assigning duties and managing undertakings. He is in the thick of things. He works in the factories, participates in the design phase, and resolves issues as they arise. That's a completely different level of leadership. It seems sense that in the car market, Tesla has come to represent advancement and creativity. Now let's get back to Tesla and discuss something that truly piqued my interest in Musk's speech. I can't say too much about our future vehicle program or initiatives that haven't been revealed because we haven't formally announced our next car initiative, but we do plan to produce cars that are less expensive than the Model 3 or Model Y that are on the road right now. He discussed the complexities of Tesla's design and manufacturing processes in great detail, and his insights were quite fascinating. As you can imagine, nobody was prepared for Musk to say that Tesla is currently, in my opinion, the top automaker in terms of manufacturing. Though it comes from him, it's a strong message with a lot of weight. Redefining the automobile building process is more important than simply producing cars. Tesla is changing the game with its production strategy, which involves cutting parts and procedures. Making automobiles smarter is more important than just making them faster or less expensive. The examples Musk provided are astounding. They demonstrate how Tesla is creating its own rules rather than merely adhering to them. You know, the time he mentioned the fiberglass matting on the battery packs. He continued, "So we went to all that trouble for a part that should not exist." This goes beyond cost cutting to include optimization and questioning all presumptions in the auto industry. Here's where Elon Musk shows himself as a leader, not just a charismatic figurehead, but someone who's actually resolving actual issues on the manufacturing floor. As Musk stated, "I was living in the factory in Fremont and the one in Nevada for 3 years straight." There's something genuinely inspirational about that statement. Think about that for a minute. Not in a corner office, but living and breathing among his production line workers, is the CEO of one of the most inventive corporations in the world. This is about setting an example, not just managing. It's about being present and showing up, which is, in my view, the essence of great leadership. However, what does this indicate about what we anticipate from leaders in positions of such prominence? Being the CEO of a corporation is being redefined by Musk. Making decisions from a distance is no longer enough. You now also need to be present on the ground with your team. You know, listening to Musk discuss Tesla's path is like witnessing the plot of a forward-thinking book come to life. However, the fact that the crew saw me dozing off on the floor during shift changes meant that they were aware of my presence, which was crucial since it inspired them to give it their all. Thus, the main priorities are continuously cutting expenses and exercising leadership. By the end of the year, he said, output would be increased to an incredible 40,000 cars each week. Just take a time to reflect on that. That's a massive undertaking, not simply a goal. It is astounding how much logistics and material will be required for this. Despite this, Musk presents it with such conviction and clarity that it seems like simply one more goal left to be accomplished. However, his discussion about Tesla's early years and the value of vertical integration really got to me. It's like if Tesla was the new child on the block in the world of vehicle manufacture and no one wanted to share their toys. Instead of depending on pre-existing supply systems, Musk and his group had to construct their own playground. It was more than just being independent. It was a matter of survival and ingenuity. This strategy proved to be more than simply a band-aid solution. It was essential to Tesla's success. They redefined supply chain difficulties rather than merely overcoming them. Something like that transforms an industry as well as a company. Elon Musk talked about how Tesla's advantage in autonomy is influencing the company's future. It's an interesting topic that makes you consider the exciting path Tesla is taking. In reality, I hardly ever try to persuade someone to buy Tesla stock. Instead, I frequently advise against it, stating that the price of the stock is too high. However, individuals continue to purchase the shares despite my objections. The statement made by Musk that truly caught my attention was, autonomy is an insanely fundamental breakthrough, and no one is even close to Tesla for solving generalized autonomy or generalized self-driving vehicles. That is a claim that actually causes you to take notice and sit up. It's about leading an entirely new race, not simply winning the current one. Tesla's emphasis on autonomous driving is not only an extra feature, rather, it's a revolutionary move that has the potential to completely alter the benefits of automobile ownership. Consider this. An autonomous vehicle is an entirely new kind of vehicle. It's akin to contrasting a contemporary car with a horse-drawn carriage. And the practical impact on our day-to-day lives is what matters here, not just the slick technology. Imagine being able to run errands while at work using your car. With Tesla's autonomous technology, Musk sees a future like that. Then there is the viewpoint on investments. Musk is talking about creating value, significant value, rather than merely making expensive cars. If they are successful with this autonomous driving technology, Tesla's value might skyrocket. It's as though Musk is the chess player and everyone else is the checker player. Now let's conclude with a discussion of Tesla's charging infrastructure, which is crucial for the development of electric vehicles in the future. The long-term objective of our supercharger stations, in my opinion, should be to have solar panels, like Tesla Solar, and batteries installed in order to make as many of them as possible self-sufficient. Musk's remarks regarding the expansion of Tesla's charging network serve to emphasize the larger idea behind electric cars. Selling automobiles isn't the only goal. Building an environment that allows these cars to flourish is as important. Having a strong, easily available charging network is necessary for it. Musk made several very astute suggestions about how to expand the number of charging stations. It involves thinking creatively. Imagine, for example, charging stations integrated with lighting. Isn't that excellent urban planning? The goal is to make charging as simple and ordinary as filling up a car with gas, if not simpler. However, the possibility of solar-powered charging stations is what truly thrills me. It's like killing two birds with one stone by supporting renewable energy sources and electric cars. It's an idea of a more sustainable and clean world. What's the best thing, then? Even in a zombie apocalypse, according to Musk, these stations would continue to operate. What could possibly go wrong on Twitter, then? Well, I believe that most people would agree that the costs are a bit excessive, considering how the market has changed this year. Yes, that is based on the reality of the situation. However, in terms of what I believe has a great deal of potential that will be really challenging to realize, but I believe achievable. In the end, I believe it has the potential to rank among the world's most valuable corporations. It's a daring action that makes people speak. Musk's foray into the social media sphere is a surprising turn of events. Musk gave a fascinating overview of his aspirations for Twitter. He's not only considering Twitter's current state, he's also considering its potential future.